You've seen block elements, you've seen inline elements, but what if you could switch between them whenever you want? That's exactly what the display property does. In our last lesson, we used two div elements and two span elements to understand how block and inline behave. Now, let's use those same elements again, but this time, we'll change how they behave. The display property controls how an element behaves on the page. Let's start with the span elements. By default, span is inline. That's why they stayed side by side. Now watch this. When we set display to block, those same span elements now behave like block elements. They move to a new line, and now something important changes. Width and height now work properly on them. Margin auto now center them horizontally. And vertical margins, like margin bottom, now behave the way you expect. Same element, different behavior. Now, let's do the opposite. Div is a block element by default. But if we set display inline, now the div behaves like text. It stays on the same line and only takes the space it needs. Same element, different behavior again. But here's where it gets interesting. There's a third option, display Inline-Block. This one combines both. It stays on the same line, like inline, but if there's no space, it moves to the next line. And you can control its width and height like a block element. Elements using the inline block value also support normal margins with numbers like 20px, but margin auto will not center them the same way it centers block elements. This is what many beginners actually need when margin and sizing start confusing them. So now you understand the real power. You're not stuck with how an element behaves. You can change it. If this made sense, comment "Now I control display." In the next lesson, we'll break down why width and height don't behave the same way on some elements, and that's where things start to click even more. Follow or subscribe so you don't miss it.